If you're doing home workouts on the mat but suffer from neck pain, the mat work can have some challenges for your neck. But with a teacher's guidance, you can safely modify the work so you don't aggravate your neck and you can still enjoy the benefits of these exercises. That's what this video is all about. We're going to go through a few of the mat work exercises and slowly break down how to modify them. After repeating this video a few times, you'll have a good understanding of how to work safely with neck pain or tension. And then you should be able to apply these modifications to any of my other mat work videos. You always want to do the ideal version of the exercise if possible, but these helpful modifications will help you get stronger and ease your neck tension. So one day you'll be able to do the ideal version. Before we start, I do want to say that this video is for people with neck ache or tension. If you have a more serious injury, say like a herniated disc, I recommend you first seek medical advice. And if the doctor says Pilates is safe for you, first start with a private session with a certified teacher. Okay, let's get started. Come stand at the front edge of your mat. Feet together, cross arm over arm. Point your tailbone down and pull your abdominals in and up. So you're making a lot of space in your spine between each vertebra, even in your neck, like there's a string pulling you up through the top of your head into the sky. I want you to step 1 foot back, place just the toes down, and whichever leg you just automatically chose to use, switch legs. Use the other one. Find that lift again, standing really tall, easy neck. And you're going to bend your knees and lower yourself all the way down to the ground with control. Keep pulling the abdominals in and up, finding space in your spine as you lower down. Come sitting down on the mat. Now, depending on how bad your neck pain is, your transitions can look a little different. Getting down onto the mat and getting back up can be done simply by rolling down and holding your legs to rock back up. Particularly that rock back up, I know if you've really tweaked your neck, that can be painful. So I'm going to give you the option. Your transition down to the mat can always be roll over to the side, lower yourself down with control, and then roll onto your back. The same can be done to get back up. Roll to your side and push yourself up. Which side you choose to roll to might depend on where you have the neck pain, on which side of your neck. We're going to start with 100. Immediately with 100, curling your head up off the mat can be challenging. I have 2 different options for you for the 100, depending on where your neck pain is at. First one is going to be curling your head up, but with support. So before we actually do the 100, I want you to lie down on your back, bent legs, feet and knees together, link your fingers together, take your hands right behind the base of your skull, elbows wide. Inhale and let your ribs expand on the inhale. Exhale, sink your front ribs down into your back ribs and pull the belly button in towards your spine. Do that again. Inhale, let the ribs expand 360 degrees around. Exhale, sink the ribs down, sink the abdominals down too. Inhale, and this time on the exhale, sink the ribs down and curl your head and chest up off the mat. And I want you to stay up here. Breathe as you need to. Make sure your elbows are still wide and really feel the heels of your hands push in towards your head to kind of cup your skull, and use your hands to pull your neck out nice and long. So there should be space between your chin and your chest. You're not crunching that neck up, right? You want to have space in your neck, and then lower back down. Go again. So inhale and use your exhale to get deeper into your abdominals, into your ribs, and use the abdominals to lift your head and chest up. Let your head really fall back into your hands so that you aren't using your neck muscles. Your neck muscles can be relaxed. And then check, can you deepen your abdominals to curl up a little higher? And again, sink the belly down and lift up not from your neck, but from your center. And one more time, see if you can come a little higher, all the way until just the tips of your shoulder blades are on the mat. Make sure your neck is still not working. And then lower back down. Simply learning how to make sure you're lifting up from your abdominals instead of your neck could help a lot of your neck pain. So try that again. Inhale, let the ribs expand. Exhale, sink your ribs down and curl up from your center. Check that your head is relaxing into your hands. Your hands are there pushing into your head for support. No tension in the neck. Deepen the abdominals to curl higher. Deepen to curl higher. One more time, curl higher and lower back down. So that is something we can do in the 100, is use your hands behind your head. So on this next one, inhale, exhale, curl back up, stay up. We do want to include the arms in the 100, so see if you can release one arm forward now. Pull the belly in, curl up nice and high. Can you keep the tension out of your neck? Change to the other side. Make sure your hand is there supporting your head so your neck is relaxed. Space between your chin and your chest as you reach one arm forward. Alternate again. Make sure that the tension is staying out of the neck as you pull your belly in. Change sides. If you're able to stay in your center and not feel it in your neck, then this first version of the 100 is for you. So you're going to start off the same. So link your fingers, place your hands behind your head, elbows wide, and then bend both your knees in towards your chest. Inhale, use your exhale to get into your center and curl all the way up. Check, make sure your neck is relaxed. Your hands are pressing into your head to lengthen that neck long so there's no tension in your neck. Extend your legs up and then lower them down to a high diagonal. Extend one arm forward and we pump the arm and breathe. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Making sure you're using your centers to stay up. Release the neck. Change arms. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep your neck really long and deep into your center. Last breath. And hands behind your head, bend your legs in and lower the head and neck down with control. So that's option number 1. Option number 2, if it isn't an option to lift your head up, if it still hurts to lift up, this is what you're going to do. So we're going to keep the head down. I want you to just take a moment here to feel length and space in your neck again. So there's space here. You're not crunching your neck down into the mat, right? Pull the chin out of the chest and find that natural curve in your neck. Press your shoulders down into the mat so your collarbones are wide and reach your legs up to the ceiling. Now, because your head is down, you don't want to lower your legs too low because the lower you go, the harder it gets and you might end up losing your center and arching your back. So when the head is down, you can either go directly up to the ceiling or the sky, or you can lower it down a couple inches as long as you can pull your belly back. You do want to have the work in your center during this exercise. So do challenge yourself. How low can those legs go? Just to get that work in those lower abdominals. You're not going to get the work in the upper abdominals because your head isn't lifted up, but you can still work those lower abdominals. The arms will pump up above your belly. Make sure that you're not lifting your shoulders. You're pressing your shoulders down into the mat still. And take a deep breath in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep breathing and pumping. And I want you to make sure you're really pulling those lower abdominals down into the mat. Feel the legs reach long away. Hugging them tight together. Last breath. Finish your exhale. Bend your knees into your chest and hug your legs in. The roll up. This is the ideal version of the roll up. But if curling your head up off the mat again is an issue, especially with no support from your hands, we're going to do the half roll back instead. So let's start with bent legs. Glue your legs together, feet and knees touching, and I want you to reach your arms long forward opposite your shoulders. Round your spine into a C-curve shape. So everything from the top of your head to your tailbone is rounding. In this position, make sure that your shoulders aren't rounding forward. The round is in your spine. So open your collarbones out wide. Find your shoulders on your back. pull your belly back into your lower back so your tailbone really points forward. And now try to find a little space in your spine. So it's not a squashed little C, it's a big capital C shape. And your neck should be nice and easy. You're not crunching it in, creating tension. You want space between your chin and your chest, like there's a tennis ball or something underneath your chin that you're holding. There's always going to be space in there. Keep that big capital C shape and round back by pulling your belly backwards and pointing your tailbone forward. As you get back halfway, check your shoulders around your back, pull the belly in deeply, and use your center to round forward. Pulling in and up with abdominals, find that big capital C shape. Round back, pull back with your belly, tuck your tailbone under, check your shoulders, and round forwards. Remember, we're working for space in the spine. Even though you're rounding in a C curve, you want space between each vertebra. And round to come forwards. Now let's try it with straight legs. So extend your legs to straight on the mat. Flex all 10 toes back, hugging your legs tight together with your inner thighs. You're still in your C curve, so round your C curve. Find your big capital C curve. And we're going to take 3 attempts to reach further forward. Rounding the belly into your spine, reach further 3, further 2, further 1. Pull back with the belly, round back. And we just go halfway, trying to leave those feet where they are. Don't let your heels move. Tuck that tailbone underneath, pull the belly back, and round forwards. 3 attempts to reach further. Reach the arms forward, pull the belly back. Pull the belly back. Pull the belly back. Lead from your center. The abdominals initiate the round back. Pointing your tailbone to your heels, dig your heels down in the mat. And round forward. As you reach forward, pull the belly in. Reach further 3, further 2, further 1. Pull back with the abdominals, round back, check those shoulders. Long, easy neck, space between your chin and your chest. Pull the belly into round forward to finish. Single leg circles. You can keep your legs straight or you can bend your legs and use your legs for support and roll down into the mat. Stretch your legs out to straight and flex your feet back, hugging the legs tight together. Now, if you're working on the traditional Pilates mat, you can hold on to the handles. But sometimes with neck pain, you'll also get shoulder pain. So if you do feel any pain in your shoulders when you hold on to those handles, you can always have the option that we do when we don't have the handles, which is place your hands at your sides. Whenever you're putting your hands at your sides on the mat, make sure the shoulders are pressing down into the mat. So you really feel hands, upper arms, shoulders pressed down to make sure your collarbones are wide and your neck is easy. I always like to give my neck and head a little shake to make sure I'm not tensing up. I can feel it's all nicely released. Then bend your right leg into your chest, extend that leg straight up towards the ceiling, and we're going to draw circles. Cross your leg over your body, scoop it down around, and stop in the center. Over, down around, and stop 3 more times. Over, pull the belly in as the leg circles. The lower the leg goes, the more you want to get into your center. And then we reverse. Take it away, scoop it down around, and stop. Push your shoulders down in the mat. Open those collarbones out wide. 2 more leg circles. Last one. Switch your legs. Sorry about my closed eyes. It is sunny out there in my eyeballs, but it's good to be out in the fresh air. So bend your left leg into your chest. Extend the left leg up to the ceiling. Check your shoulders. Push the arms and the shoulders into the mat. Pull your belly in. We start by crossing the leg over the body. Scoop down around. Stop in the center. Over, down around, and stop. 3 more. We'll always do 5 in each direction. 2, pull the belly in, and 1. Reverse the circle, take it away. Down around and stop. Belly button in towards your spine. Check your shoulders, push your shoulders down into the mat. Use your mat behind you and bend your leg into your chest. Hug your legs in. You can either rock yourself up to sit, or if you need to, roll over to the side and push yourself up to sit. Rolling like a ball. This is the ideal version of rolling like a ball. If you can do the ideal version, always do the ideal version. You'll do 5 to 8 rocks back and forth. If the rocking back up is straining your neck, this is the alternative. You can get in your rolling like a ball shape and hold and balance. So hands onto your ankles, feet together, and your knees are shoulder width apart. Find your balance, feet off the ground. Round into that C-curve shape. And remember, it's a big capital C shape, so you're not straining your head down so you feel tension in your neck. You want to find space. Yes, you're rounding. Yes, you're pulling your legs in towards you as if your head's going between your knees, but not so much that you lose the good position in your neck where there is space between the vertebrae. Work to just balance and round. You can try pull your feet in as close as you can to your seat. Pull your belly away from your thighs. Find your shoulders on your back and an easy neck. If this is easy for you and you feel like you've got it and you'd like a little more, start by putting your hands in the backs of your thighs. Pull back even more with your abdominals. And we're going to do the teeniest, tiniest little rock back. Just like a half an inch and then come back up. And again, little rock and come back up. You're going to feel the work in the lower abdominals. Keep going. It doesn't look like much, but it's a lot of work down in the pelvic floor for the lower abdominals too. Just a little rock. Then hold your ankles and see if you can pull your feet in and still do this little rock. If you rock so much that you actually do end up falling back, you can stay down there, rest your neck, push yourself back up, and try again. Challenge yourself in this balance. Easy neck, and teeny tiny rock. Coming back up, finding your balance without letting your feet go down to the ground. Little rock, but a lot of work in your center. Last time. And rest your feet down. The Abdominal Series. This is a series of 5 different exercises where your head stays curled up the whole time as you move through the series. Obviously, this could cause problem if you're struggling with neck pain. Like the 100, I'm going to give you 2 different options. So we can either use our hands to support the head and get the head up, because we do want it's all about getting into your center. So if you can get your head up just with support to make sure your neck doesn't strain, then you want to. If that isn't accessible to you, you can again, like the 100, still get work in your center, but it'll be more in the lower abdominals and not in the upper abdominals in the same way you would when your head is up. So lie down on your mat and let's bend your knees into your chest. We'll start with option number 1. So link your fingers, hands behind your head, curl up, elbows wide. Make sure that your neck is long, your neck is relaxed, your hands are supporting your head, and use your abdominals to curl you up until the tips of your shoulder blades are on the mat. Bend your right knee into your chest, extend the left leg into a high diagonal. Pull your right knee into your chest twice. You go pull, pull, switch your legs. Pull, pull, switch. In, switch. In, switch. Keep it going. Pull the belly in. Keep reminding yourself to use your abdominals to stay up and keep checking on the neck. In, switch. In, switch. Bend your knees in. We'll take a break between each one. Ideally, you're staying up, but if you're struggling with neck pain, it might be best to make sure you really are releasing your neck and you're not holding on to any tension to keep your neck up. Double leg stretch. Curl head back up. Make sure your neck is relaxed. Your hands are doing the work to hold your head up. Feet together, knees as wide as your shoulders. Really pull both your legs in as tight as you can, so there's a big fold in your hip joint. You're going to go inhale as you reach the legs into a diagonal. Exhale as you bend back in. Inhale to reach out. Exhale in. Pull the belly in. Relax the neck. The legs reach out long, belly down. And in one more time, reach and bend it in. Rest your head down. Scissors. The hands stay where they are. Curl your head back up. Look into your belly. Wide elbows, chin out of your chest. Extend the legs up to the ceiling. Take your right leg towards your chest and lower the left leg to a high diagonal. Make sure you curled up as high as you can and then kick the right knee into your chest twice. In, switch. In, switch. Keep it going. Pull the belly in. You can gaze down at your belly button as long as it's not creating tension in your neck. I always like to give my head a little shake to make sure I release any tension that's building up. And then keep reminding yourself to use your abdominals to curl up nice and high and bend your knees into your chest. Rest your head down. Lower lift, our hands are already behind the head in this one anyway. So this one is the ideal version. Curl up, chin out of your chest, legs up to the ceiling. Hug the legs together tight and lower them down for 3, 2, 1. Lift it up. Slowly down, quickly up. Pull the belly button down into your spine and work to curl up higher as the legs go down. Last time, 3, 2, 1, and bend it in, rest it down. Crisscross is also with our hands behind our head, so we're going to do the ideal version. Curl up nice and high, twist opposite shoulder to knee. So you're curling towards your right knee, elbow wide, use your hands to pull the neck out. And curl up higher, 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 change sides. 3, 2, 1. Make sure the twist is coming from your waist. That's the only thing I want you to really watch out for with neck pain is that you're not trying to over twist the neck, right? You're curling up towards your knee. Keep changing. 3, 2, 1. Change. 3, 2, 1. Use your waist to twist around. 2, 1. Change. 3, 2, 1. Rest it down. Option number 2 would be to keep your head down the entire time. So we will use our hands in this one. So you're going to put the opposite hand just below your knee, same arm as leg goes down at the ankle. The tricky thing with your head down is to really make sure you're not rounding your shoulders because that in turn will also create neck pain. So you really want to feel your mat behind you. Open the collarbones, press the shoulders down. One leg goes up, and remember, because our head is down, you don't want to go too low with these legs because it really is going to challenge your lower abdominals, and you don't want it to go into your lower back, okay? So find an angle where you can truly keep your center engaged and you're not arching your lower back. Pull your leg into your chest twice. You go pull, pull, switch your legs. Pull, pull, switch. Check your collarbones. Pull, pull, switch. Feel the mat behind you. Pull, pull, switch. Keep it going. And check in with your neck as you go. You should make sure it feels long, lengthened, and relaxed. No unnecessary tension there. Pull, pull, switch. Pull, pull, hug both your legs in. Let's go double leg stretch. With 2 legs, you really want to be aware of what your angle is when you lower your legs down here. So the arms can reach back at a diagonal. The legs are going to be higher than they were in that single leg stretch. Remember, it's really hard with 2 legs. You'll lose it. So don't go too low. Find that good angle. Figure out what that is that you can feel your center working. You can feel it's engaged and your back isn't arching. Circle the arms around the side and hug your legs in. Let's go faster. Inhale as you reach. Circle, exhale as you hug. Inhale as you reach. Exhale as you hug. 2 more. Check your collarbones. Open them out wide. Feel the backs of your shoulders pressing into your mat. And hug it in. Scissors, legs up to the ceiling. Hold your right ankle. Lower the left leg as low as you can stay into your center. Wide collarbones and pull, pull, switch. Pull, pull, switch. pull, pull, switch. Elbows out to the side, easy long neck. Space in your neck, chin out of your chest. Work the center down into your mat. Let's do one more time. Lower lift, legs straight up to the ceiling. Now, because we've got two legs up in the air, this is kind of really hard in the low abdominals without your head lifted up. So I really want you to tuck your fingers just underneath your seat. All right, so the thumb's kind of underneath there. And then check your shoulders. Open your collarbones out wide. Press your shoulders, the backs of your shoulders into your mat. Pull the belly down as the legs extend up to the ceiling. And lower your legs down for 3, 2, 1. Quickly up. Slowly down, quickly up. Challenge yourself. How low can you go but stay into your center? But be realistic, right? Don't go so low that you lose your center on the way down. One more time. The important thing is keeping your shoulders on your back and your center engaged. Crisscross. Now this one, you really can't get that twist without lifting your head up. But if you're following along in a video or in a class, you can simply keep your arms down at your sides and work the legs. You're not getting, the twist and the point of the exercise if you're not lifting your head up, but rather stay safe. So you can still you're repeating your single leg stretch here basically is what you're going to do so that you can keep moving if you're in a class with everybody else. Hug your legs into your chest, rock up to sit, or push yourself over to the side. Spine stretch forward. The ideal version should be accessible to most people with neck pain, but let's talk about how to make sure you're keeping that neck in a really good place as you do it. So your feet are as wide as your mat. You're flexing your feet back and really digging your heels down into the mat. Just take a moment to put your hands at your sides, push down with your feet and your hands, and pull your abdominal muscles in and up. So you're really finding all that space in your spine, like we did at the very beginning of class. And let that space in your spine continue up into your neck. So you should be able to easily shake your head. It should feel free to move about. And then place your fingertips between your legs on the mat. Remember when we're on the mat and we really work to open out our collarbones and find your back muscles pressing into the mat. That same work should happen here. A lot of neck issues can come from rounded shoulders. So I really want you to make sure you find that open chest in this exercise. Inhale to grow tall. Exhale, start rounding forward and sliding your hands forward on the mat. As you round forward, I want you to make sure you're not collapsing your spine. Pull abdominal muscles in and up and extend that length into your neck as you round forward. Breathe as you need to here, and we're going to reach a little further. Pull the belly back as the arms slide a little further. Pull the belly back as you go a little further. And one more time, pull back with the belly to reach further. Inhale as you start your roll back up from your center. Exhale, stacking your vertebrae back on top of each other, neck and head last. Collarbones wide. Inhale so tall. Exhale as you round forward and we go faster. Reach 3, reach 2, reach 1. Roll back up from your center. Inhale. Exhale to sit tall. Move with your breath. Inhale, round forward. Exhale. Reaching 3, 2, 1. Inhale as you roll back up. Exhale, sit tall. Keep moving with your breath. And I want you to really focus on keeping space in your spine, space between your chin and your chest. Lifting from your abdominals. The abdominals will support your neck too in this exercise. So if you collapse your abdominals, you're probably collapsing your neck. So do you find that lift and length in your spine throughout this exercise? Rounding doesn't mean shortening your spine. The saw. This is the ideal version of the saw. This version is probably accessible to most, But today I want us to try a different version where you're going to use your hands behind your head to give your neck a little support and stability to help teach it its placement. So let's start by opening your legs out a little bit wider than your mat. Similar to spine stretch forward, you're flexing your feet back, digging your heels down, and you lifting your spine up nice and tall, sitting shoulders over hips, finding space in your whole spine. Link your fingers, place your hands behind the base of your skull. Feel the heels of your hands pinch in towards your head. With wide elbows, use your hands to lift your head and neck up out of your shoulders. So you're drawing your shoulders down your back and finding a lot of space in that neck. At the same time, I want you to push your head backwards towards your hands. So this is really helping your neck find a good place for it to work. Twist from your rib cage, keeping wide elbows, and we're going to round your spine over, taking your head towards your knees. Now, what you might want to do is feel your chin coming forward and the back of your neck tightening. I want you to instead almost feel a slight double chin feeling of pulling your chin into the back of your head and pushing your head into your hands. So as you're rounding over, you're not collapsing your arms, right? Your elbows are wide, the hands are there for support so that you can push back. Because the tricky part of rounding over is that things collapse, right? We give into gravity. And you got to lift from your abdominals, and that lift has to continue into your neck. So here your hands can give you feedback. Push into your neck, and you'll see you'll keep more space in your neck this way, right? Roll yourself back up, sit really tall, and come to the center. Other side. Twist, wide elbows. Lift the abdominals to round over and use your hands. Feel the back of your head pushing into your hands and use your abdominals to round your spine over. Roll yourself back up. And we're going to do it again. Twist to the other side. Round it over. Keep using your hands. We're not collapsing over. There's a lot of work up, even though your head is going down. And then roll back up. Other side. Twist. Lift to round. Lift the head into the hands to round over. See if you can go a little further this time without letting it go into your neck. And round back up. Again. Twist. Lift to round. Find space in your spine. How far can you go over without collapsing the spine? And lift back up. Other side. Twist and round. Your tailbone keeps pointing straight down into the mat. And use your abdominals to round your spine all the way back up. Come to the center and rest your arms down. Side leg kicks. So we're going to skip a few of the exercises and move straight forward to the side leg kicks. But a lot of what you've learned here from the first few exercises in the mat work can be applied to other exercises that follow. The side leg kicks is the first time you're lying on your side. And propping up in the ideal position can be a little tricky because the neck is kind of curved. So if it does hurt your neck, the other option is to simply lie down on your arm. So your spine is along the back of the mat. Feet come forward to the front end of the mat. And instead of propping up, you're simply going to lie down. Stretch your arm out, rest your head on your arm, and you still have the other hand in front of your belly for support. Pushing the hand down, and remember to open out your collarbones wide. In this position, this still might be tough. Again, if your neck problems creep down into your shoulders, it might be a little too much weight into your shoulder, too much pressure. So you also have the option here of putting a thin pillow, not a big thick pillow, a thin pillow underneath there to help find a little space between your head and your arm so that your shoulder has a little more space. That underneath arm, you still don't want your shoulder creeping up to your ear. You do want it to be pulling down your back. So you're activating those back muscles, right? The lat muscles to pull your shoulder down your back. But that pillow can just give you a little more space in that area. So you decide which which version is going to be best for your neck. And we're just going to do front and back. So flex the bottom foot, extend the top foot, and lift the top leg up to hip height. And you reach it to the front. Reach forward, add a kick, swing it back, add a kick, and front, kick, and back, kick, and front, kick, and back, kick. Pull the belly in to support your spine, including your neck. Find a long spine. Legs together, lower it down. Roll over to the other side. Roll onto your belly. Set yourself up, spine at the back of the mat. Feet forward to the front of the mat. Either head on the arm or head on a pillow. Flex the bottom foot. Extend the top foot. Lift your leg up to hip height, front and back. Swing it front, kick, swing it back, kick. The leg swing is challenging your center to stay still. So find that in and up in your abdominals and let it extend all the way out the top of your head so you have a long neck. And let's go. Last one. Leg over leg, lower it down. Bend your knees in, push yourself up to sit. And we're going to finish with seal going into front support. Seal is another exercise where you might be totally okay. If you're really staying into your center, your neck might be fine doing this exercise. But if you're still learning to use your center, you might be using your neck instead, and that's why it's hurting your neck. So a great way to work this exercise is like you're rolling like a ball. It's the same thing. We find our balance. Just balancing might be challenging. Find a capital C shape, not a squashed little C. Capital C, and pulse the legs. 1, 2, 3. The whole leg moves, not just the feet. Move the inner thighs. 3, 2, 1. You can just hold and balance, or you could add that teeny tiny little rock. So you clap your legs. 1, 2, 3. Teeny tiny little rock. 1, 2, 3. Pull the belly back. 1, 2, 3. Deep in the belly without rocking all the way back. So you're pulling the belly in deeper, trying not to fall. How far back can you go without completely falling? Remember, if you get stuck down there, roll over to the side to come up. Try it again. 3, 2, 1. Teeny tiny rock. 3, 2, 1. Pull the belly in. Make sure the neck is staying free and relaxed. Even though you're rounding, there's space in the spine. To come up from here, you're going to cross your legs, one over the other. You can put your hands hand over hand. If you can come up to standing this way, that's good. That's great for you. If you need a little support, you can put one hand down on the ground. So see, can you pull your abdominals in, easy neck, and use your legs to come up? Remember, if you need a little assistance, you can always put a hand down to help push you up. Turn around for front support. Front support should be accessible to you in the ideal version, even with neck pain. But it's really important that you think about your neck placement, because if your neck is in the right place, it shouldn't be straining most people. So let's talk about where your neck is in that plank. So just come on down to your knees. And we're going to do this slowly. We're going to talk about it. So we're not going to go into the full plank while we just stay here and figure out where your neck goes. So take your hands underneath your shoulders. Fingers are spread out wide. And you can also, if that hurts your wrist, you can go onto your fists so that you can keep your wrist straight. Because often when you have neck pain, it can extend down into the shoulders, elbows, and wrists. So always, decide what works for you. Ideally hands flat, but this is an option on your fists. Let's just keep your feet and knees together and make sure you walk your knees back at a slight angle. Now the two things that commonly happen is gravity pulls your lower back down and your head droops. And often, you're looking at the mat thinking, I'm trying to keep my spine straight. And that just really creates a lot of tension in the upper back part of the neck because you're lifting your chin, but your head is really drooped. So in this position, you got to find a straight spine. And your neck would feel so much better if you can find your straight spine. So draw your shoulders down your back, point your tailbone back. Well, it'll be towards your feet if your legs are up, right? So you imagine your straight line there where your tailbone, it's not sticking up to the sky, it's pointing down towards your heel. So even with the bent legs, you can still kind of tip the tailbone slightly towards your heel to pull your center in and find your long lower back. And then you got to remember, like in the saw, we had our hands behind your head and you pushed your head back into your hands. It's that same feeling. So you want to make sure you kind of, it's a slight double chin, not a big one, to kind of find the lift in the back of the neck so that you're lining up the back of your neck with the rest of your spine. Pull the belly in and then grow out the top of your head. Right? Gravity's going to start wanting to pull you down. It's constant. So you always have to work. Push the ground away with your arms. Pull up with your belly. Pull up with the back of your neck and head. Push back. Come out of your hands for a moment. Shake out the shoulders. Just finding that position might be enough for you, right? Just getting into that and finding the position. If you're by yourself, and you don't have a mirror to see if you're getting the alignment right in your neck, take a video. Get your phone out, set it up, take a video, because you might feel, oh, I think I'm in a straight line, but it's still hurting my neck. And then when you look at it, you'll be like, oh, wait, I've got further to go. I know this is a challenge for me. And honestly, making these videos, I get to see myself in the videos. And I'm like, oh, wait, I can do that more. I need to really, it might feel funny on my body, but wow, I really do have to work quite hard in my neck to find that straight line. So use that as a tool. Your phone is there for you. We all have them with us all the time. We got a camera in our pocket. It's also a mirror, and you can get rid of the video afterwards, but use it to help you see if you truly are finding your straight line. Let's do the full version. Again, if you want to just stay down there, just in the plank and take breaks in between, you can do that. If you want to try the full version, let's come up to standing, heels together, toes a fist width apart, lift your arms up to the sky, draw your shoulders down your back, lift from your waist and find that long, easy neck. Your arms circle around the side, push the air down and start rounding. Remember the big capital C shape? There should still be space in your neck as you round over, no tension, all the way down until you can put your hands down next to your feet on the ground. Trying to get the heels of your hands down if you can. Relax the head here. Make sure, give it a little shake. Say no. And then center your head, keeping no tension in the neck. You walk it out for 4, 3, 2, get there, 1. Find your plank. Point your tailbone down towards your heels and feel the back of the neck and head lifting up as if there's a hand to push into. To return, lift your hips and drop your head. Take a moment here. Round your lower back and point your tailbone down to your heels. Make sure the head is just hanging. There's no tension in the neck. Keep lifting from your abdominals to walk back. 4, 3, 2, get there, 1. Point the tailbone down and lift from your center. The head is still hanging and easy. And use your abdominals to pull your spine back up. The arms come up with the head. Shoulders are down your back. Easy neck. Push the air down as you start to round over. All the way over till you can place your hands down. Check your neck. Give it a little shake. Walk out for 4, 3, 2, get there, 1. Find your plank. Find your long line. Feel the work in the back of the head and neck to lift up. Lift your hips, drop your head. As you walk back, make sure the head keeps hanging and the work comes from your center. Round your lower back already. Use your abdominals to lift up. The head is hanging. It's the last thing to come up. Your head and neck just follow the rest of your spine. One more time. Round over. Place your hands down. Give your head a little shake. Release any tension in your neck. Walk it out for 4, 3, 2, get there, 1. Find your plank. Find your long line. Hold from your center and grow out the top of your head. Lift the hips, drop the head. Walk it back. 4, 3, 2, get there. 1, give the head a little shake, release the neck. Lift from your center, roll it up, the head's still hanging. It just floats back up at the end. Push your arms down the side and grow tall at the top of your head. Now, on top of doing your mat work, it's going to be important to do some other exercises to help reduce tension and strengthen your neck. I'll leave a link up here and down below in the description to my neck stretches video. And also, up here is a neck stabilizing exercise and down below. And these can be done with the magic circle or just with your hand instead. If there are any mat exercises that bother your neck that we didn't cover today, comment below so I can help you with them. And if you need further assistance, I am always here to help. I do offer virtual private sessions where we can discuss your specific needs and receive personal feedback. I'll leave a link below to my website where you can check out all of my offerings, including the Contrology Hub, an affordable membership program with different zones to help you get the guidance you need, including a curated weekly workout plan, in-app feedback, and more. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss a video from me. I'll see you next time.